everyone, my name is Mike, and this is TheBoredCyborg. Happy October, motherfuckers! Welcome back to yet another mailbag. Today we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 packages to unpackage, unbox. And we're going to jump right in. We're not going to waste any time. It is October. I think I've got 1 or 2 horror movies in here. It's not all horror movies. Don't worry, I've got plenty of cool October, Halloween-oriented videos coming. Sorry, I've been slacking, guys. I've picked up more hours at my job, and it's been very difficult to make 2 videos a week. And I'm going to get back on the horse, and this month I'm going to be making some really cool stuff. I've got a bunch of stuff planned, but for now I'd love to know what you guys have picked up online. Try to relegate it to online purchases. My mailbags are usually just that. Obviously the thrifting videos, what's in the bag, those are things I find elsewhere. But these 5 items were mostly, I believe, mostly upgrades. There might be a couple new releases. I'm not exactly sure. I've been saving up these packages for about a month, to be honest, so I've forgotten some of the things I've ordered. So feel free to leave a comment down below with what you've picked up recently. I'd love to get a little discussion rolling. I also have a Patreon and t-shirts. Links are in the description below. Any support is greatly appreciated. Thank you all so much. Alright, so the first thing I want to unpackage is something that a fan of the show sent me. We actually did a trade. He's a good dude. His name is Arthur. I'm not going to say his last name or anything like that. Thank you, Arthur, for the trade. I really appreciate it. I sent him a couple movies, and he sent me a couple, and we did this the last Dollar Tree haul. Sometimes, you know, depending on the region, certain regions get different movies in, and he had a couple that I really, or one in particular that I really wanted. I thought it was incredible that this was at the Goodwill, or not the Goodwill, the Dollar Tree, forgive me, and it's one I've been wanting to see. And then another, like, we'll find out. Why am I spoiling it? Let's just open the package, damn it. Alright, so first up, man, this is the one, guys, with the slipcover. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Arthur. Little Monsters. Yes, it does have the French-Canadian on the front and on the back and everything, and on the bind, unfortunately. But this is Lupita Nyong'o and Josh Gad, sort of a horror comedy zombie film, a horror zombie comedy. And it looks great. It looks right up my alley. It looks super gory. Got a bunch of kids and what looks to be a badass main character kicking some zombie ass. So this is one I've been wanting to see for a couple of years. It came out, I want to say 2020, early 2020. Yeah, I think it came out either late 2019 or early 2020. It's been a daze, right? So I can't quite remember. But Little Monsters, I am so glad to have this. Thank you so much, Arthur. And the next one isn't quite as cool, but it's still something I want to check out. This is a Brandon Routh and Zhang Yuxi, I believe, Lost in the Pacific. This is a Vincent Zhao film, which is really why I wanted to pick it up. It's Vincent Zhao. It has done some martial arts films. I'm blanking on Vincent Zhao. He's acted, he's done some he's directed some films, if I'm not mistaken. Forgive me, I'm not exactly sure, and I'm not going to even try to guess. But this one looks admittedly kind of cheesy. But it seems to be an American-Chinese production, or maybe just a Chinese production with an American actor. Either way, Brandon Routh and Zhang Yuxi in Lost in the Pacific. So there you go, a Vincent Zhao film. Very cool. Thank you so much, Arthur. I really appreciate it. Moving on to the next package, we have Japan Post. This one came from Japan. And I've been studying Japan for going on 4 months now. Yano Misaki. Let me see if I could read any of this. Not that it... Yeah, I could read a few of the characters. I'm pretty good with... I'm getting better with hiragana, katakana, kanji is a whole nother ballgame. But I am learning slowly but surely. I've been writing, I've been speaking, I've been watching a lot of things, I've been using Duolingo, so it's been a lot of fun. I'm having a blast learning Japanese. And without further ado, let's see what we got. Oh yeah! Wow, look at this. This is so cool. Volcano Volcano. I think I read that. Anyway, that is Volcano. I finally got a Blu-ray of Volcano. The American release is super out of print, hard to find, and so I settled for the Japanese release, which, let's see. Well, I know it has the English language, even though it's all in Japanese here. Actually, I'd be able to locate and read Eigo. is the English language. So there you go. Sorry, I'm getting caught up in my studies. But I love this little, like, weird pink, hot pink band. I've never seen that before. I'm not sure if the bind is going to... I would be okay with it because I'm obviously learning Japanese so I could read that. But I'm not sure if it has the Japanese characters on the side. Either way, this one is a disaster film from 1998, I want to say, or 1997 or 98. A pretty good disaster film. This came out around the same time as Dante's Peak, which I think was 97. This maybe same year or 98. Dante's Peak I actually prefer. I think Pierce Brosnan is great, and Tommy Lee Jones is always good, but I don't know. Dante's Peak has a pathos to it, has like a poignancy to it in some of the scenes, and it's more memorable, like the old lady disintegrating in the acid water, to sacrifice her life for the rest of the party. Just so many great scenes in that movie. Volcano has some good stuff in it too. It's definitely, I'm a sucker for disaster films, especially 90s, because this is my era. This is what I grew up with. I saw this when I was like 10 or 11 years old, so still have a soft spot for it, still nostalgic, and it's not a bad movie. It's not a great movie, but it's not bad either. So that is Volcano, or Barucano. Moving on. I have a police baton handy. This is just in case anybody breaks in. I'll beat them with this baton that I have. And I'm going to use this to... No, I'm just kidding. I need something sharp! There we go. Okay, where there's a will, there's a way. The Illusionist. I sold off 2 DVD copies of this to fund the Blu-ray copy here. The Illusionist. This is a film by the director of Triplets of Belleville, which I actually haven't seen, Triplets of Belleville, or The Illusionist. I believe these are French films, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right? Audio is English. Interesting. I thought these... Yeah, I think these are French film. This is a French film, if I'm not mistaken. And it's an animated one. I don't know much about it besides the title. And the art style is very, very unique, very French. And I'm looking forward to checking this out, along with Triplets of Belleville at some point. I think I still have Triplets of Belleville. Yeah, it's right up there on DVD. I remember buying that at a Stop and Shop in my hometown, Stamford, Connecticut, when I was like 13, 14 years old, and I still have it in the collection. That's right, and I've yet to watch it one day. The Illusionist, very cool. Moving on, we've got another package from eBay. This one is from Canada. So let's see. What up to all my Canadian folks? I've got family in Canada. Been to Canada a few times. Well, Montreal I've been to a couple times. And that was back when we were in our teens, because the drinking age was 18. We were wise, wise children. And let's see what we got here. Oh, this is packaged oddly, but okay. Yes, this is a funny story, actually. So, The Bouncer. So I ended up finding a few copies of The Bouncer on DVD. I sold them off on eBay, and I funded the Blu-ray. And then, of course, I stumble into a random Dollar Tree last week or whatever, and I find 2 copies on Blu-ray of The Bouncer. I think one of them at least has a slipcover. So I spent $14 on this before I found it, and so I'm just going to try to sell a couple of these to make my money back, to be honest. So, but either way, I do now have The Bouncer on Blu-ray from the Dollar Tree. This is supposed to be one of the better JCVD films in the last, I'll say, well, really in the last 20 years or so, I've heard that this is up there as one of his best. So I'm looking forward to it. The Bouncer. JCVD. Jean-Claude, baby. And last but not least, I actually know what this is because process of elimination. Well, it should be. I know what it should be. And that is... Oh, yes. Oh my god, and it has a slipcover. Finally, folks, all my horror heads out there know how much we have been clamoring for this film to make it to Blu-ray. I've had it on DVD since I was in my teens, honestly, like my mid to late teens. I've watched it a few times. It's a great flick by Jack Shoulder. I think Shoulder directed it. Yeah, and wrote it. This one, real quick for the plot. So, power outage happens, and it allows these 3 people in a mental institution to escape and start wreaking havoc. The beauty of this film is the 2 lead roles, and it also has Donald Pleasance, but Jack Palance, Donald Pleasance, Martin Landau, and Erland van Lith. I'm mentioning him because he's very memorable. He's a giant man of a human being. He's like kind of a man baby kind of thing, but he has this beautiful voice. And I think he was an actual opera singer in real life. But Alone in the Dark, guys, this is such a great, underrated film from 81, I want to say? 82, I should have known. 82, the greatest year for cinema, in my opinion. But yes, nice slipcover, newly commissioned artwork. The Martin Landau and Jack Palance are just off the rails in this movie. It has a really cool, fun twist that a lot of people see coming, but it still caught me off guard when I first saw the film. And this is just such a classic horror film from the 80s that nobody talks about. It's got gore, it's got atmosphere, it's got great over-the-top performances. Guys, check out Alone in the Dark this month. If you've yet to see this, make this one a priority for this October 2021. Check it out, Alone in the Dark. I just want to thank you all for checking out this quick little mailbag video to kick off October. Like I said, guys, I've been slacking lately, only doing like 1 video a week. I want to get back to 2. I plan to. I'm going to make it happen. I've just been working more, and it's been harder to find the time. But I have to find the time. I want to find the time because I love doing this, and this is my comfort zone. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel and want to see more videos like it, go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well as the little bell for notifications. I also have a Patreon and t-shirts. Links are in the description below. Feel free to check those out if you so please. I'd love to know what you guys have picked up online, any new releases, any upgrades, anything like that. I'd love to know, so feel free to leave that down in the comments below. We'll get a little discussion. Rezo. Anyway, guys, Bored Cyborg is out. Peace.